I haven't. Good evening, my friends. How are you? Welcome to another edition of Wednesday Night Live. You thought I forgot about you because I'm not a full minute late. I'm about 30 seconds. So that's not so bad. 30 seconds late isn't so bad, right? I think we can live with that. Anyway, my name is Mike Avery. It's Wednesday. I'm live. So it's Wednesday Night Live here on Mike Avery Outdoors on the Facebook page, the YouTube channel, and Twitter as well. How are you this evening? Nice to have you along with us. Good evening, Lori. How are you? Captain Craig. Let's see. That's different. Oh, I've got to move that. Oh, that's a different looking banner. That's different. So what I want to do, okay. I don't know if you can see what I'm looking at, but with my name and the comments there, oh, it's set up different. I must have done something different. Anyway, I'll fix it for next week. You know, when you only do this once a week, it is different. Huh. I don't know if I changed something or if StreamYard changed something. Lori sees it. Not a big deal. I'll ignore it for tonight. Good evening, Dave. How are you? Nice to have you along with us. Dakota, the same thing. Where'd you go, Dakota? Where'd you go? There you are. Dakota, nice to have you along with us on this edition of Wednesday Night Live. Guess what day it is? Mike. It's hump day. Hump day. Hey, Ruben, how are things in Colorado? I don't like the look of that at all. It's going to drive me crazy all night. Hello, Mike. How are you this evening? My name is Mike Avery. This is Wednesday Night Live. We're going to give away some Speedy Blaze tonight, and I will guarantee you, not that Speedy Blaze isn't a great giveaway, but I will guarantee you the numbers tonight will not be as high as they were last week when we were giving away that Rapid River knife. You're a fickle bunch. You're a very, very fickle bunch. Am I fishing the Detroit River tomorrow? Where'd it go? Yeah, we're fishing tomorrow with Lance Valentine. My son James and Nick Grillo of Michigan Brand Meats are fishing tomorrow afternoon/evening. Buddy of yours is limited out today. It's going to be cold, though. Cold and nasty. I'm about sick of the cold. I'm doing good, Ross. How was your day, buddy? Let's see. Chad says, I enjoyed hearing you on the Deer Hunter podcast discussing the Rompola buck. I'll talk about that a little bit more tonight. Garmin, better than Lowrance. I will find out. I was not real happy with Lowrance. For as much money as you pay for those high-end units, I felt it should have been more reliable. I had problems with two different Lowrance units, and also the screens on those big 12-inch units were extremely unresponsive. Yeah, I'm sick of the wind as well. Jim says, I'm not here for the giveaways. I'm here for the great info. Well, you should win something tonight. What is it that you're saying? I missed what you said. Giving away. Tonight, Speedy Blaze. We're going to give away some Speedy Blaze tonight. We are not giving away a Rapid River knife. Crawlers off the back of the Angler Quest produce 6 fish and a double that in loses on Sunday. That in loses on Sunday before my wife was puking sick. If you had to resort to running crawlers off the back of that Angler Quest, because Scott has my old Angler Quest, and that boat had never had a night crawler on it before. It was not soiled. It was a pure, wholesome, clean boat. Scott has now defiled it. He has dirtied it. He has cheapened it by using night crawlers. And I, for one, am not happy. It's a good thing I don't still own that boat. It was real cold with the wind this morning on the river. Dress warm. I will. Yeah, I'm going to be dressing warm. There's no doubt about that. I will wear my my battery-powered heated vest I love that thing. Good evening, David. How are you? Nice to have you along with us. Another David. Where can you see the podcast? If you go to deerhunterpodcast.com or just through a search anywhere for Deer Hunter Podcast, you will find it. And it's it's your daughter's birthday, Lily. Hey, Lily, happy birthday. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Lily. Happy birthday to you. That's why you have a wash down, so when you run those dirty crawlers. Brian passed his test. Brian Stroick is now a charter captain, a licensed captain. Congrats, Brian. It's a tremendous feeling of accomplishment, isn't it? Maybe you can get one last turkey, even a Jake with a bow before you move on to the adventures with a new one, maybe even a big doe. And what John, I think, is talking about is I was mentioning this morning that I may be switching back from a recurve, maybe even over to a crossbow. I know. That's the dark side, right? That's Satan's tool. No, I did not get a turkey yet. Can I give you more info on the heated vest? Yeah, go to Amazon and search for battery heated vest, battery powered vest. That's where I got one. Well, mine's not a quality one. Mine's a cheap one. Oh, yes, I sing. Did not get a turkey. Where is she? Oh, yes, I sing. I'm a singer. I am a licensed captain. I'm a broadcaster. I'm a pastor, and I'm a singer. Hey, John, how are you, buddy? Nice to have you along with us. No, I didn't get that turkey. I had Monday, I called in two birds, one 2-year-old bird and one longbeard. Scott says now he's dealing with a Lowrance issue. Okay, so because Scott has my old boat, right? Scott says now I'm dealing with that Lowrance issue and its issues. That thing has a mind of its own, hoping Lance can help me out when he gets back to Linwood Beach Marina. I'm telling you. I have not been happy with Lowrance units for the money that those things cost, the unresponsiveness of the touchscreen. I'm glad to be switching over to Garmin. Now, I don't know what to expect from Garmin, but it's got to be better than Lowrance was. Oh, Mark's going to get banned right here. Let's see. Let me ban Mark. Item, ban him. Block user. We're not talking about Bitcoin. Delete the comment. Where'd you go? Where'd you go, ding dong? Delete. See ya. Cameron says he's switching his Lowrance units to Garmin 2. We have the Panoptics and we love it. Mine is the EchoMap 12. I've never used it before. Scott says Garmin's a lot easier. I just want it to be more reliable. More user-friendly would be great as well. I'm fairly tech savvy. I'm pretty techy. And sometimes I was trying to figure out my way through that thing. You about have to be a Lance Valentine to run it. So I'm actually looking forward to Garmin. And the unit did come in here Monday. So I need to go ahead. I need to hurry up and shoot myself a turkey so I can pick up that boat now and get walleye fishing on Saginaw Bay. It's going good. Going great, Nate. How are you? All right. What are we going to talk about here tonight? We will give away some Speedy Blaze here. We will talk about Mitch Rampolla. If you go to YouTube and do a search for Rampolla Buck, you're going to find my video with Mitch, and it's not Mitch. Steve says, don't give up on the recurve. Why is that, Steve? Tell me why. I'm interested in having a serious conversation about this. A recurve is the most fun I've ever had shooting a bow. But if I no longer have confidence in it, and when I'm sitting in that blind and I'm not as confident as I was that I'm going to put a quick, clean, humane killing shot on an animal, why would I want to stick with it? That's my question. Your Lowrance has been giving us lots of issues while salmon fishing this spring. Tried calling Lowrance on the boat. They're all worried. What was our name and serial number on the unit? Couldn't help us shoot our. There you go. Another Garmin fan. We love our Garmins. Hey, Kevin, how are you? Kevin Rott, Coyote Killing King there. Well, I hope Steve comes back with his comment there about don't give up on the recurve. I just think that as a hunter, go with your gut feeling. I think as a hunter that I have the responsibility to the game that I'm hunting to be as proficient as possible. There we go. That helps me out. Now I can see a little bit better. I've killed a lot of red squirrels with a bird feeder with your recurve, but you still hunt with a crossbow. David Thomas says a ghost blind and a recurve might be a good combo. Well, I'll tell you what, a Wraith 270 see-through ground blind and a recurve is a tremendous combination. Confidence in everything is everything in shooting, right? I thought, absolutely. Absolutely. We'll see. We'll see. A lot of coyotes in Cotchville Township, a lot of coyotes everywhere. We'll see. And I'm curious of these people who have given me so much so many kudos for using a recurve. If I go to the dark side and start shooting a crossbow again, if I will suddenly become a leper. Because even when I was hardcore hunting with a recurve and loved everything about it, and I still do, I've always been a fan of crossbows. Randy says he went to a crossbow and never looked back. You know, I'm going to be 63 here, so I'm not going to be able to shoot that recurve forever. I guess I'd like to get as much time out of it as I can. I will use it through turkey season. I'm not bailing on it before turkey season, but by the time the fall deer season, by the time the fall bear season comes around, I don't know where I'm going to be. I really don't. Anyway, my name is Mike Avery. This is Wednesday Night Live. We're going to be giving away some Speedy Blaze here pretty soon. SpeedyBlaze.com. 100-year-old sturgeon measuring almost 7 feet caught in the Detroit River. This is from Fox 2 Detroit. I love it when non-outdoor people report on outdoor issues. For example, a Lake Michigan sturgeon that conservation officers caught last week is one of the largest ever recorded. Now, why would conservation officers be fishing? That's according to the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service. Conservation officers, U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service. Crews from the Alpena Fish and Wildlife Conservation Office posted on Facebook Friday, caught in the Detroit River. Was it caught or was it netted? Heck of a fish, regardless. I don't know. I mean, it's a tremendous fish. You can't argue that. What are we saying here? This is Chad says, after being a 30-year plus archery hunter, I switched to a crossbow a couple of years ago for a variety of reasons, have zero regrets. Now, Chad, I understand what you're saying, but one thing I'm going to disagree with you slightly is a crossbow is, you're still bow hunting, in my opinion. It's a one shot, except for that goofy one that shoots 2 shots back to back. It's a one shot tool that throws an arrow tipped with a broadhead. To me, that's archery. You had some eye rolls too there, Cameron. Good stuff tonight. Good info on GPS. So, Mike, are you a Garmin guy or a Lowrance guy? Beaner, where'd Beaner go? Hey, Beaner, how are you, buddy? It has a string. If it has a string, it's a bow. Here we go. I use both a crossbow and a longbow, and love toting both the field, but there's definitely something about carrying a basic stick and string that feels good. Amen to that. There is. There is something so beautiful and pure and basic and simple and instinctive about shooting a recurve or a longbow. You cannot match that. And all things considered, that's what I would want to continue shooting till I was done with archery. However, if you get to the point like where I am right now, that I'm not shooting it enough because, for a number of reasons, I'm not shooting it enough to be proficient at it, why would I want to take a tool into the woods that I'm not proficient enough to know that I can make a quick, clean, humane killing shot because that's the goal? And I've seen this before at different hunting camps, 3 of them, in fact, where people, the rest of us were compound hunters. A couple of guys would bring in recurves because they loved the nostalgia of it, and so do I, but they couldn't hit the broadside of a barn. So why would you go into the field if you don't have that proficiency? It was caught on hook and line using frozen round gobies for bait, according to the article. I don't see it in my article, Sal. I'm sure we're, well, let's see. It's not in my article, but I'll look it up. Well, if it was caught on hook and line using frozen round bait for gobies for bait, why were conservation officers catching it? I don't get it. I see you there, Ed. Not sure. Waiting on your Garmin test. Need something for Southwest Florida. Yeah, rub it in that you need something for Southwest Florida, Mike. Harry says he's having a hard time pulling the longbow now. We'll never give up on his recurve. I hear you, Harry. I hear you. I hear you, brother, right to the core. There is also those who think a crossbow is like a gun and take risky shots. There's also people who use 12-gauge shotguns for 75-yard turkey shots too, and that's unethical as well. You can always do the what if. Well, what if? Or how about if? Or you can always do that with everything in life. But I get off track here. Let me tell you who's on the radio show this week because it'll lead into my next topic. Chet Lohr joins me at the in the first hour talking about turkey hunting in the late season, the mosquito season. Cameron, I rushed it before. Gun hunting before and wasn't 100% confident with my weapon. It made me learn my lesson real quick about being confident and owing it to the animal to make it fast and efficient. Amen. Chet Lohr talks about hunting the mosquito season. Then Chad Wasco of Linwood Beach Marina. In hour number 2, Jake Romanak. You know that name. He's Mark Romanak's son, talking about fishing. Ian Fitzgerald from MUCC with some new proposed deer regulations. This week's Ask Avery segment deals with Mitch Rampolla. I'll come back to that in a minute. And in hour number 3, we're talking Great Lakes bass fishing with Jerry Gostanek of GreatLakesBassFishing.com. And then Wild Game Chef Dave Miner has another great recipe. Okay. The reason that the Ask Avery segment this week comes back to Mitch Rampolla and the Rampolla Buck is because Kevin Vistison of the Bowhunter podcast, who is a really stand-up guy and does a really, really good job with that podcast, he is revisiting the issue. He's doing a multi-part podcast on the issue, and I was the first guy he interviewed. Now, John says, at 73, I did not have the desire to practice with a recurve or a compound. I hear that. Absolutely. 2 bear tags. What's up with the 2 bear tags? Did I read the email correctly? No, you did not. There will never be 2 bear tags in Michigan that I'm aware of. At least I hope not, because you got people who can't get a tag if they start giving 2 bear tags. I will be marching on Lansing. So Kevin interviewed me, not because I'm friends with Mitch or I had seen the buck, but I had some experience with Mitch Rampolla because I had met him before a couple of times. I had been to his house. I had interviewed him for the television show. I had interviewed him on the radio show. In fact, I interviewed him right after he shot that big buck. What does Clint Eastwood say, Dave? Man's got to know his limitations. It would be great to know the truth about the Rampolla buck. I agree with you, Jason, and there's only one way it will ever come out. There's only one way the story will ever come out. And are you blocked off of here? I don't think, Rodney. I see you. Unless you're the guy who is posting on Bitcoin about Bitcoin, then I'll bump you, but I'm sure that wasn't you. Well, true. If you win the Pure Michigan hunt and get a bear tag, yes, you could get 2 tags, but they're not giving out 2 tags as far as an option that I'm aware of. No, Rodney, you're still here. And I'll say this, I've said this before and I'll say it again. I believe it's a legitimate world record buck. because I know Mitch. I've been to his house. I've talked to him. If anybody could have done it, it would have been him. And I wish he would have followed through with it, because as a Michigan deer hunter, as a Michigan resident, I think it would have been cool to have a world record whitetail come from Michigan. But that was Mitch's choice. It was his hunt, his deer, his choice. So whatever he decided, I respect and support that. Fine. But I'm convinced that it was real. But if Mitch, if you ever see this, or if you hear my plea here and you ever want to talk again, I'm here, and just know that I have been a supporter of yours from day one. And we've talked before. May never really know if I got lost in a fire. You know what? I didn't even know about that. Hadn't heard that one yet, but there are a lot of rumors going around. And I've heard other rumors on where it is. But I texted Mitch, and I had people who are in contact with him reach out to him and say, Avery wants to talk if you want to talk. Humble is an interesting word. I would say humble, shy, introverted, extremely introverted. And that's part of the deal. When this whole controversy broke, he said, I'm not going to jump through your hoops to prove this. This is me, in my opinion. He knew he killed it. He told me the story, walking me through the hunt after missing the animal once on my radio show. Supposedly it was part of a fish survey, but it thought it was an unusual river fish survey method as well. Really? So you're doing a fish survey. So conservation officers are doing a fish survey by throwing out a baited hook. And I'm not saying that you're wrong. I'm just saying that the way that the non-outdoor media reports these things sometimes leaves a lot to be desired. Because as you and I are both pointing out, it doesn't make a lot of sense the way they wrote it. So anyway, before I get done with Mitch here, there are two schools of thought on Mitch. Those who think he's a liar and a poacher, and those who believe it's a legitimate buck that he killed legally. You will find out, as I have found out, if you investigate this and talk to enough people, that the majority of people who think Mitch is not telling the truth have never met the man. And most people who have met him and talked with him think that it's a legitimate record. I'll leave it at that. There may be more coming out. I know Kevin has reached out to Mitch. I have reached out to Mitch. But Mitch, remember who talked to you first. We'll see what happens. All right, what else is going on? Johnny Bowler's with us here tonight. Isn't it illegal to use gobies? I don't know the answer to that. Can anybody help me out? How many points does it take to get a red oak tag? You have 10 now. I think you're looking at 11 or 12. I think, Rodney. You should be getting close with 10, though. Which is why I'm saying, if they start letting out 2 tags, I mean, this guy's waited 10 years for a tag. I think I have about a 50-50 chance of getting. Thank you, Bill. Appreciate that. Oh, that's a nice offer there, Mike. Appreciate that. Chad says a GW, and 2 CBM scores saw the deer vouch its legitimacy. I've got one of those scorers reaching out to Mitch for me. GW. I can't think of what GW is. We're not giving away a knife tonight, Johnny. That's why we only have 105 people watching. The people who are here now are here for the content, not for the freebies. Although we're going to give away some Speedy Blades here in a minute. Took me 11 points last year, but you didn't get a beer. I hate it when you go bear hunting and don't get a beer. That code Mike20 will work for the ground blind indefinitely. In fact, if you go to outdoorpregame.com, and use the promo code Mike20, you'll get a deep discount on anything on Outdoor Pregame. The code has been extended to everything on the Outdoor Pregame site. That would be the Defender. That would be the Breeze, warm weather blind, everything on there. Go to outdoorpregame.com, use the promo code Mike20, and you get a discount on everything not just the Wraith. Game Warden. Thank you, Game Warden. Thank you, Game Warden. And that officer's name was not Charlie Brown, but something like that. A kind of a, I don't want to say comical, but Bill Bailey. The officer's name was Bill Bailey. I don't know if Mr. Bailey's still around, if Warden Bailey is still around or not. No. We like seeing your mug. OutdoorPregame.com. Cameron says OutdoorPregame.com. Use the promo code Mike20. Okay. Johnny says, and Johnny spends a lot of time in the UP wild. He says, man, we were out picking mushrooms and had to fight off 2 wolves. Johnny is not a BSer. Oh, he is a BSer. Ha 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 ha. You know what? It's interesting, Johnny. I was just about to say you're not a BSer, and now you say you are a BSer. How can I ever take you seriously again, my friend? I knew you meant bear. Jeremy. 11 points, yeah. I mean, Johnny threw me for a loop there. Rich says he ordered the blind. Can't wait to set up the blind. Check it out. Big thanks for the code. Yeah, it's a good savings, isn't it? Charlie Brown was a Kent County sheriff or a Kent County sheriff. There was also a Sergeant Charlie Brown, a state trooper who worked out of the Bridgeport post back when they had a Bridgeport post that I used to know. And Harry, you remember my dad was a Kent County deputy as well for 35 years. Retired as a sergeant, was a detective at one time. Johnny says, sorry. You better be sorry. What do you think? You want to give away some Speedy Blaze? Ed Bolanowski is with us. And I since I was screwing around here at the last minute, I didn't pull up the some of the other pages that I usually share. But what we can do, I knew you meant sheriff. I'll just give you the website, which is speedyblaze.com. Speedyblaze.com. Speedy Blaze is a safe, clean, water and insect resistant alternative to natural firewood. It's safe to cook over because it's made from recycled hardwood. You can put it in your grill, your fireplace, your fire pit, your camp stove, not camp stove, but any place you can burn wood, you can burn Speedy Blaze. It is resistant to moisture, and anybody can start a fire with Speedy Blaze. John, you're always the timer, although I don't have much of a buzzer in me tonight. I'll tell you that right now. Cameron says, I'm here for the content, but a chance to win free stuff is nice too. I appreciate that. Okay, if you want to win, I don't know, package or 2 of Speedy Blaze and some Speedy Sparks, the fire starters that come with the fire starting kit, you have 2 minutes starting right now. Make your comments on why you want to win some Speedy Blaze. But you did find a gallon of Morels. But see, now, Johnny, I don't know whether to believe you or not because you've already been yanking my chain. John says his dad and he met Mitch at Fred Trost, a great guy, signed dad's shirt, the one with Mitch State record buck on it. I've been to his house. I mean, check out my video on YouTube when we get done here. Not looking for a freebie, but Speedy Blaze sure would start a fire. Can't argue with that. Why not? Need a new buzzer? Why? What's wrong with the buzzer I got? Why do you want to win some speed? Do I fish out of Sunset Shores? I do not. Out of Sunset. Well, sunset at the base of the river? Yeah, I'm there all summer long. At the mouth of the river, I mean. Andy wants some Speedy Blaze. Boy, you guys aren't making very many comments about Speedy Blaze because I'm sharing them. Oh, where'd we go? Still heating with wood in May. Speedy Blaze would help. Yes, it would. No buzzer makes me happy. The Bill Hoffman, you can go to a different Wednesday Night Live then. Put it in your pack. Could save your life sometime. The Speedy Sparks. Absolutely. They're a great thing to put in your backpack. A minute. Try Speedy Blaze. Sure beats using contaminated wood. Well, yeah, it does. YouTube video from the drone. No, I haven't put anything up on YouTube yet. After 30 seconds on the Speedy Blaze, 30 seconds. Tracy'd like some. 20 seconds. I'm not looking at my watch. You know that. Bolo. 10 seconds on the Speedy Blaze. Don't expect much tonight. Do not expect much tonight. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. I need some powder on my nose and my forehead. 3, 2, man, oh, mister. How long was that one, John? I said I didn't have much in me, but then I surprised myself. I know, that was a wow. Buzzer sounds fine. It does. Andy Lang is the winner tonight. Andy Lang. It'll get warm soon, especially with your free Speedy Blaze. 24.25, and I didn't have it in you, but it's not a new record, is it, John? Andy Lang is our winner tonight. I think I just heard. Let me go back. I am turning right. Andy Lang. Andy, congrats. You are the winner of tonight's Speedy Blaze giveaway. If you would send me a private message. Dave got me at 24.28. The veins on that melon almost busted out on that buzzer. 26 is the record. You mean I only had to go another second? Just over a second, I could have set a new record. I could have done that. I could have done another second. Oh, man. I was right there, and I didn't have the intestinal fortitude. See, I'm wimping out. I can't set a new record, and I'm thinking about that I'm not going to shoot my recurve anymore. I am nothing but a big sissy. 27. What? John, are you true? Is that John? John, are you just making me feel better, or was it really 27-24? Yeah, I'll check it when I'm done, Johnny. I can't because I'm using my phone as my camera. I can't check it right now. Was that really it? Although I might be able to check my messages. Let me see what Johnny sent me. Oh, yeah. Okay, Johnny, you really did get you really did get a gallon of Morels. Is it? Keeping track. It's actually 27-24. You saw the wrong number. Good job, big guy. Good job, big guy. Congratulations, Mike Avery. You're my hero, buddy. Keep it up. Yes, I want a participation trophy because I did a buzzer. I should win. All right. Okay, so now I'm feeling a little bit better. Maybe that alone should give me the impetus to continue on with my recurve. Anyway, Andy, Johnny, I'm just pulling your chain. You know that because you were pulling mine. Andy, send me a private message, please, if you would, or Ed Bolanowski of Speedy Blaze, speedyblaze.com is right here. What is this? I can't. That was not, though. That was a full. It wasn't a half. Andy, send me a private message with your shipping address or send it directly to Ed Bolanowski, who's on here right now. Ed Bolanowski of Speedy Blaze, speedyblaze.com. Thank you, Ed. Appreciate that. What else? I will be walleye fishing tomorrow on the Detroit River. No, I'm good. I'm good. Thank you. Yes, I'm so proud of you. But you won't. Here's the thing, though, Bill. If I decide to put down the recurve because I don't have the confidence in it that I want to and go back to a crossbow, will you still be proud of me? Or as a traditional archer like you are, would you say that I'm taking the easy way out? Because it is easier. There's no doubt about that. I do need to go fishing. Yes, I'm still turkeyless with the bow, but I called in 2 birds yesterday, and the property I'm on, the birds have shown back up. They were gone, but now they're back. I called in 2 birds yesterday. John keeps bringing this up. But TV13's asked the DNR call in tomorrow. Okay, John, got it. Can you define skinny water? In my world, skinny water before the water went up was 7 to 9, was anything less than 9 feet, preferably less than 8 feet. Now the water went up and those numbers changed. However, and I haven't been on the bay this summer, I was talking with Chad Wasco of Linwood Beach today, and he said the water's down about a foot. Is it legal? Is it ethical? That's all that matters. Thank you, Bill. I appreciate that. You will never see me do anything knowingly illegal or anything that I consider to be unethical in my own mind. So I appreciate that. No bird for you, eh, Kenny? Are you done? Because I'm still hunting. I've still got till the end of the month. So I won't be hunting tomorrow. I got to work in the morning. Probably work Friday morning, and then Saturday morning, I figure I'll be out there watching the time in your backyard right now, Rick. I figure. Pulled him from the hen's Bravo. Yeah, I had 2 birds come in. I had a 2-year-old bird come in quiet, and then I had a longbeard come in twice. The first time gobbling like crazy. I purred to him and clucked to him, couldn't get him to commit. He went back into the woods. I called him back. The second time is the video you saw on Facebook. Did not call to him then because I didn't want to educate the bird. And actually what I did is I went beyond that. I've actually moved the Wraith 270 blind about 75 yards, and I'm going to use a different, maybe 100 yards, and I'm going to use a different decoy setup. So the next time I call them in, they'll see something different. Mike says, you love your recurve. Don't give it up. I love my recurve. Absolutely, I do. Do you know, though, as much as I love the recurve and as satisfying as it is to take an animal with that recurve, because that bear that I killed with a perfect heart shot is one of the most satisfying moments in hunting I've ever had. As much as I love the recurve, I did hit an animal, a strutter last year with my recurve and didn't kill it. Now, I still think that shot was, no pun intended, dead on. But if I was, and I will use my recurve through the turkey season, but if I don't have confidence in it, if my confidence isn't renewed, if I don't shoot it a bunch over the summer and my confidence isn't renewed by the fall, by bear season, I'll probably go back to a crossbow. Do I have a name for my angler quest? Yes, it's called Mine. I know that was snarky. I apologize. I'll say this, maybe we owe it to Ron to use the Predator. Yeah, I don't think Ron would want me using it if I wasn't making a quick, clean, humane killing shot. I don't name. Yes, my boat is called No Crawlers. That's my boat, No Crawlers. When I did used to name my boat was called On Assignment. And the reason it was named On Assignment is if somebody said, hey, where's Avery? He's on assignment. Get it? Get it? Meh. On assignment. Call it quits. The sun is shining. Great night for a cold snack and a cigar. I'm getting there. I'm going to go about 5 more minutes tonight. I think I owe that to you folks tonight. What else did I want to talk about? Turkey hunting. I said the birds have returned to the property that I was my number one pick because it's so close. I mean, it's like a mile and a half, 2 miles from the house. So I can sleep in later, jump over there, and be set up in 20 minutes. But the birds are back. Monday, there were 4 birds strutting across the road, 3 of them longbeards, 1 of them a Jake. When I got in there and set up, there was at least 2 different birds gobbling in the woods to the east of me. I think I called both of those birds in. So there are birds around there now. You like that on assignment? In the skinny water, going up north to hunt the golf course. Good hunting to you, Rich. My wife Denise really wants to get back into golf. I love golf. We just haven't taken the time, haven't made the time to do it. We need to, though. Yeah, so the Garmin unit is in. I'm getting an Echo Map 12. I've never used it before. Scott says Mind of Its Own is the new name of his Angler Quest. You know, Scott, I do remember I did have that problem a couple times last year, and I kind of forgot about it. And I apologize. I wasn't trying to lead you astray, but I just kind of forgot about it. Because I was thinking I must be doing something wrong or something. But if you're having the same problem, I don't know. Again, for what you pay for those units, they should be more rock solid. The Lowrances than what they are, in my opinion. And I've had about 5 of them now. And I've had enough of them that I'm glad to be switching over to a Garmin. I've heard nothing but good things about Garmin. Harry Smith, living in Niles on assignment, working, pulling them levers. I think what you do is so cool, Harry, running those big, heavy equipment. It'd be like the stuff you used to do when you're a kid, but you get to do it for real now. Look what I found here on my desk. This is going to go on the new Angler Quest. I'll put that in the windshield of the Angler Quest, just because I think it's pretty cool. I'm kind of proud to be that. That says amen. For what you pay for them, they should be rock solid. Amen. My website is MikeAveryOutdoors.com. My email address is Mike@MikeAveryOutdoors.com. You can always reach me there. I mean, not always. You can always send me an email there, and I will see it, and I will respond to you. It may not be immediately. You email me at 2 o'clock in the morning. What do one of those fish finders cost, if it's okay to ask? Yeah, like $2,500. For that kind of money, when you go to press the screen should respond to you. And all of the 12 inches of the screen should respond to your touch. There shouldn't be dead areas that you have to press 3 times to get it to respond. Now, I realize that Raber Bay says he's had a Lowrance 522 for 12 years, and it's awesome. Absolutely. But I just know another 1,000. Scott says not 25, 35. $3,500. But I've had enough of I've had a large enough number of the Lowrance units that had problems, and I've heard from enough other people about some problems, including people in the retail business, that I'm glad to be switching over, because I haven't heard very many bad things about Garmin at all. Jason said, well, then I agree. For that kind of money, it should be perfect. Absolutely. It is big money. It is big money. Save big money at Menards. Hey, don't forget to check out that video. Go over to YouTube now, or if you're watching this on YouTube, although I haven't seen any comments from YouTube, check out the Rampolla Speaks video. He doesn't speak directly to the world record buck, but he does talk to me on camera, including video shot in his house, as he walks me through several different trophy bucks that he shot and tells me the story. Also, if he get a front quarter cover, you can, it's cold out, 20 degrees one front. I don't need one, Scott. I know you do, but I don't need one. In fact, I had one on 2 of my previous boats, and I never unrolled it. I never unrolled it. Never did. And there is video. If you search online and find audio of a conversation, then this one makes me mad. Mitch Rampolla is talking to someone about shooting that buck, and they put the audio over a picture of the buck. That audio is mine. That audio is from my radio conversation I had with Mitch a few days after he shot that buck. And if you listen to it, you'll hear me ask a question. That is my audio. Somebody stole it and put it online. Now, the question is, where did they get it? Because I don't even have a copy of that, because it was long enough ago that we didn't record the shows. But that's mine. All right, my friends. Hey, Mad Jack's that's right. Mad Jack is there with us every Wednesday night from YouTube. Jack, I appreciate that. So go on over and check out that Mitch Rampolla video. Bought one for $500. It still finds fish. You just need to replace it every 2 years. Hey, if you replace it every 2 years, it's still cheaper than $3,500, right? Unless you're going to keep the 3,500 one for 7 years. Biggest stories ever told. It is. It is. And it'll never. Go ahead and ask him, David, but I'll tell you, there's no disrespect intended. But your cousin, who is a CBM scorer, if he wasn't directly involved in the scoring, he won't know anything more about it than I do. Or than you do, for that matter. The only people who know about him are the people who scored the buck. And I got one of those people working on my behalf to try to get Mitch to talk. Scott Hand says $3,600 on that Lowrance, according to the insurance company. It comes with Netflix if you search long enough. I think that second part was a joke. All right, my friends. Choice for marine radio. I'll tell you what, Dave, I gave up marine radios years ago when all I heard was profanity and lies on them. So I don't use a marine radio anymore. I keep a very inexpensive one, a handheld on my boat in case I needed it. And you're supposed to have one, but I've never, ever used it. Once cell phones came out, that's all I use. Mike, we should talk for about 3 minutes. I think I can help with some work tools. What kind of work tools, Bill? All right, my friends, have a great night. Yeah, maybe he's talking about my graphics. That what I did was I was going to use StreamYard for a Wednesday morning live, and I moved some of my graphics around, and now they've interfered with me, so I got to tweak those a little bit. All right, my friends, just like a CB. It's exactly like a CB, Dave. They're exactly like CBs. All right, my friends, the website is MikeAveryOutdoors.com. The email address is mike@MikeAveryOutdoors.com. And thank you for joining me on another edition of Wednesday Night Live. Hey, I'm going to be on the Detroit River tomorrow, and I may check in from there, or at least I'll shoot some video. Wish me